So my house is inside a gate. So it's unlocked, but it's like a fenced in yard.
Okay.
It's like probably a 5.5 foot tall fence. It's like pretty private, but you could see over it,
Yeah.
And occasionally, twice since I moved here in June, my dog has like been very alarmed by something outside at night. And my backyard is pitch black. Like there's trees all around us, and my house is set back from the street. So you can literally not, like, if I let her walk out into the backyard, I just can't see her after like 10 feet. Whoa. And one time we went out there. Usually when I take her out at night, although I live in an apartment complex, it's just like a quick walk out into my backyard. I just let her off leash just because nobody's around. It's all fenced in. So I just kind of walk back there with her. And the first time this happened, she was like growling at my backyard. It was like pitch dark. And I'm like, I'm not fucking with that. Actually, no, we walked all the way out into my backyard and around the corner. And there was just this large black mass next to the entrance to the backyard that she like noticed and jumped at, and like her hackles went up and she like growled and barked at it. And I was like, I'm not fucking with this. So I just dragged her back inside. And I don't know if it was a cryptid or what. I assume it was a homeless person, but it could have been Bigfoot, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Didn't really do anything, just sort of like locked up and closed my doors. A couple of days ago, she was doing the same thing. My family was visiting. They were all in the living room. I was in my bedroom, and she like runs into my bedroom, like trying to get my attention, and takes me over by the door and is like sniffing and growling at the door. And I was like, okay. So I took her out this time with like a bright ass flashlight, and I had her on leash. And I come around the corner, and there's just a person sitting in a wheelchair facing the wall away from me, like some found footage shit. Like, pitch dark. I come around the corner with a bright ass flashlight, and I just shine it at the back of their head. They've got a hat on, so I can't tell, what they look like. I just see like a person sitting in a wheelchair facing the wall away from me in the corner of my yard. And I just like stand there not really knowing what the fuck to do for like 5 to 10 seconds. They don't move or anything. And I've got an elderly neighbor. So I'm like, and she wears hats all the time. She wears knitted hats like this person was. So I was like, at first I was like, are you okay? And the person like didn't look at me, and they like mumbled some shit. It was a guy. He was just mumbling some shit. And I was like, can you leave? And he was like, yeah. And then like after a while, he just like kept mumbling. And I was like, okay, do you need any help? And he was like, no, I'm fine. And then he just like kept mumbling shit, never looked at me. And I just turned around and walked back inside and just locked my doors. I was like, I don't want to fuck with this. Yeah, it was terrifying. I thought this person's head was about to rotate 180 degrees and like fly at me.
Dude, his eyes.
It's like exactly what you're imagining in your head, where you like walk into a pitch darkness and you shine a flashlight on someone facing away from you, facing a wall, sitting in a wheelchair. That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, it's a scary image. Like,
yeah, and I didn't even realize it until after. I was like, man, that was some wild shit. So
yeah.
Long story short, I guess homeless people just like wander in my backyard and sleep at night sometimes. So that's fun. That's California for you.
That's actually very scary. I would freak out if I ran into that. I'd be like, what the fuck?
So now I'm just like spooked every time I walk outside. I check the corner. I'm like, I don't want some dude barreling towards me around this corner and just tackling me, But
in his wheelchair, just come
for the most. I mean, both times my dog has noticed before I have. So like, I would, and when the gate opens, it's pretty loud. So usually she notices when the gate opens too. But yeah, the first time she just didn't know what was there, and the second time I just went out on my own, which was a bit spooky. And then I just came back inside, and my mom was just sitting there. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "There's just like a homeless dude in the backyard." And she's like, "Okay, did you lock the door?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm just not going to deal with it right now."
Call the police. I'm sure they'd love to take a swing at him or something.
Yeah, I thought about it. If he did, I was thinking about going back and checking, but the dude was like very clearly zooted and was not aggressive at all. And I'm like, sometimes people just need somewhere to sleep, but maybe not in my not in my backyard. I don't want to be a NIMBY,
bitch.
but like
to be a what?
I don't. I don't want to be a NIMBY and not in my backyard, you know. But like,
why would you not want to be a NIMBY? What do you mean?
Because like I don't get. Well, I mean, okay, in that specific instance, yeah, I don't want a random man sleeping in my backyard.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like, because you got to open a gate and like very clearly walk past the house and into the backyard, which is all enclosed, and the only entrance is the door you came in. So it's like,
yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, people are weird.
Should have tased him.
Yeah, I mean,
tames the guy in a wheelchair
versus the Skinwalker posing as a man in a wheelchair in my backyard.
Yeah, dude. Imagine like what would have been scarier is if like he's facing away and you shine a light on him, and then he like stands up.
Oh my god, I would have fucking sprinted.
Oh no,
dude. And then he just like, but doesn't look, just like stands up, like you're like gone out, like no fucking
doesn't
way.
turn around to look at you, but just stands up and is still facing the wall.
Oh god, I just got chills. I don't like that at all.
He stands like
it's like,
hear it.
Do you need help? And he goes, just standing all of a sudden. Ooh.
Default posing. Just quickly stands up.
Yeah. Start nay-naying right there. Oh, that's. Right. I'm not gonna be able to fall asleep tonight. So thanks for that.
Yeah. I mean, in summation, all I gotta say is.
Exactly. That's awesome. Yeah.
All right, I gotta run.